What up, sporties? I see you, big dog. What is that? What's going on? Rodolfo, if I'm saying that right, landscaping, I see you. What's up, Randy? What's up, Danny Guzman? What's up, Tyler? What's going on, Usama Abdul? What's going on? I see you. Y'all hit that like button. Oh yeah, let me go get them things, man. I'll be right back. What's up? What's going on, Tom Stokes? I see you, Stealth Car Wash and Detail. What's going on? Tony Vasquez, I see you, big dog. Tony Bell, I see you. I'll be right back. Y'all give me 1 second. Rudy Wise, I see you. What's going on? Yeah, I'm still getting those yards in, man. Yeah, I've been pretty busy, man. I've been working. I've been a whole lot busier than last year around this time. Uh, leaf cleanups, most jobs. Okay, I see you, Tom Stoke. Yeah, Tyler, I've been pretty busy, man. I'm still doing yards and cars. I remember last year around this time, I was busy, but not as busy as I am this year. So that's a good thing. Everything's on the up and up, man. It's just like everything is always better than the year before. That's a good thing. Right now I'm actually finna upload a video right now. So when y'all get off this live, y'all can go check this out. What's going on, J Jack? G Works, what's going on, big dog? Yeah, I see you. I appreciate that. What's that? Sing her 725. I see you. What's going on, Dan Dan? I see you. I see you, singer. Oh, I appreciate that. Rodolfo's. I think I'm saying it right. Rod Rodolfo. I can't say that, man. Hello.
Yeah, what do you want for Christmas?
A number one.
A number one?
Yeah, add an extra one, no onions,
Add
no
an extra
cheese.
crystal, no onion, no cheese,
Yeah, with a lemonade, no ice.
with a lemonade, no ice.
Yeah. All right. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Uh, I don't really have one that I like more than the other. It just depends on and this is for you, Dan Dan. It's really depends on, that particular day. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Uh it just depends on how I'm feeling, but I just like doing business. I like them both. I like doing business. I like servicing people. I mean, I do lawn care, leaf removal, pressure washing. Um, I got a lot of services that I do, but lawn care. If I had to choose one, I'll say lawn care because it makes me the most money. It's the most profitable. With cheese. Yeah, man. That was my little man calling in. I ain't know y'all can hear it, but I had to take that call, man. I got some crystals. It's kind of like White Castle. If y'all ever heard of White Castle? I got some crystals coming. I ain't had nothing in a long time, man. Let me get some of this death. Let me get an order of death. Everything's going all right, Robert. Order of the Rams. I see you, big dog. Oh, everything's going good, Robert Jones. What about yourself? No, I don't have an 8 to 5 singer. This is all I do. I see you, J Jack. Washing car, yeah. It's ways around it, man. I like to when I wash in the cold. I try not to stick my hand in that water. Even with the hand mitts, I put like dishwashing gloves on. And if I have to use hand mitts, I'll put the gloves over, first, and then I'll use the hand mitts. But I get that little stick. Try not to put my hands on waters. It's way around it. You can buy your heater, to have out there blowing while you're out there working. It's ways around it. Now, if it's freezing outside, I mean, you can't do nothing anyway because the water gonna freeze on the car. But you know, uh, upper 30s, 38, 39, 40 degrees. I'm out there. I've done it before. Well, only truck I really know about, the only two trucks I know about that are pretty good is the Ford F-150 and the Chevy Silverado. I drive a Chevy. Man, it's really hard to kill those things. They last a long time. They can take a lot of abuse. I don't know, Go Green. I see people use all type of stuff, man. See people use microfiber, waffle weave. Me personally, I like the chamois. I've been using it ever since I was a kid. I mean, it works for me. I just keep using it. But what's better? I don't know. What's going on, Chris Williams? Yep. Yeah, 2018, man. I can't wait. 2017 has been great so far. I met and exceeded some of my goals. I did a whole lot better than last year. And I just can't wait to see what this year is going to bring for everybody. Yeah, I like the tornado. I don't use it much. Yeah, I don't use it much, but it just depends on. It's real good for engine cleaning. It's real good, and it actually looks good. Like if your customer or your client is walking by and you're using it, every time I'm using it, one of my clients will probably walk by and they always ask, "What is that?" Because of the noise that it makes. But I love those tornadoes, man. They're pretty good. I appreciate that, Tom Stokes. What's going on, Vision Service Care? A wet microfiber towel before? Yeah. Yeah, I see people use microfiber. I don't know. It's just like, I guess that's just, like the microfiber towels, it seems like I can't, even when you wring it out, it just seems like to me it's not dry enough. It's just something about that absorber. I guess it's just more of a feeling to me. But I see people dry them things with those waffle weaves, with those microfiber towels, and it seems to do just as good a job, probably even better. But I just like the absorber. I'm gonna keep using it. Edit my videos. I use Windows Movie Maker. I use Windows Movie Maker, and I've been playing around with it for about 2 years now. Kind of find out that classes works better than uses Plastic works better than uses less air than the black tornado. Oh, I tested it and tested them. Okay. I use chamois to dry. I see you, G Works. The absorber is cheaper and it works as good as the leather. Okay, chamois. Okay. Yeah, it does. Um, yeah, it just. I mean, I remember. I remember when I was a child, man. I used to use like, and I go out there and wash my mom's car, man. I would use, a old bathroom towel to dry the car, and yeah, I used the absorber. I used the absorber. That's what I use. I think I'm calling it chamois or whatever, but I use the absorber. It's actually what it's called. But yeah, I would use towels to dry the car off, and the tire gets soaking wet, man. Couldn't wring that thing. Well, I was young then, I didn't have enough strength to wring it all the way out. And as I got a little older, when I my late teens, I ran across the absorber. I saw somebody with it, and I was like, wow, I just was amazed at how, it absorbs that water and it just wrings out and it's dry again. Like, almost completely dry. So, hey, I started using them and I ain't looked back since. Nah, I lay them on a tarp and I just rinse them off with my pressure washer. Just water and rinse it off and wring it out and keep it going. Yeah, I still got some absorbers I had, man, 15 years ago. I got an absorber that I had back since 2004. Actually, I still have them. I bought some new ones since then, but I still have them. But yeah, since I got you guys here, I want to talk about competition, and not so much as competition with other businesses, but just competition among people. Um, and I've noticed that people compare themselves. I noticed that people compare themselves to other people. Scariest moment that I can remember. Or are in competition with different people. And I myself, find myself doing this sometimes when you compare to yourself to somebody, or you see somebody doing something. Somebody may have, more of something than you. Somebody may have a better car, a better house, and you're using them as your, what's the word that I'm looking for? I guess you're using them as your standard, which is not good. And what happens is if you don't get to their standard, or if you're not if you're not doing the same thing they're doing or have more than what they have, sometimes it can make you feel some type of way. Jealousy and envy is set in sometimes. But I I try to compete with myself, and with life and my business. My business, I always compare myself to last year. I'm always comparing myself, so I compare myself to myself. I don't compare myself to anybody. What's going on, James Amerson? And I see a lot of that going on, even here on YouTube. I see people comparing themselves or competing, and if you do that, it's really an endless battle. It's an endless battle. You're not gonna. I mean, nobody's gonna ever win because it's all subjective. Like I said, I try to compare myself to me. and try to be a better person than I was yesterday. Yeah, so y'all remember that, we're out here. I mean, I understand business wise, you can be competitive, and that's just business. But on a personal level, you shouldn't be really compete with anybody unless y'all actually playing a basketball game against each other, or playing video games or whatever it is against each other. Uh, because somebody's gonna always, on a personal level, like I said, it's subjective. Somebody's gonna always probably have one up on you, and then the thing is that it's kind of unfair when you compare yourself to somebody else, because they have their own path. They have a different path than yours. You don't know what they've gone through and what they did to get what they are, where they at, right? And you're, like I said, you're gonna be fighting a losing battle. If you're looking at someone, you guys are the same age, and they're a millionaire. Maybe you guys grew up together, or you remember them before they became a millionaire, and you're comparing yourself to them. But you don't know what their family been through. You don't know what he's been through to get to that point. And actually, if you pay attention, or if you ask someone their story, it'll make sense on why they are where they are. I got a video that I did. Exactly. I got a video that I did probably 2 years ago, and in the video, I'm actually washing cars for $20, and I'm talking about inside and out. I'm actually doing a basic. I'm actually doing a maintenance wash, and I'm doing it for $20. And I remember the comments on that. I deleted them when I get them, but I remember the comments on there. And, it was all, there was a lot of love on there. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of love on there, but there was people on there saying different things, but they don't know what you're going through, And like I said, it was, I had just started. I didn't have a lot of clients. I didn't have a lot of customers, especially on the car wash side of things. And I wanted to get noticed. I wanted to get seen. Everybody has a story. So, boom, I started. I was like, look, I had a little money that I wanted to spend. I didn't want to put, $5,000 and $6,000 into it, because at the time, I needed that money for other things. So I wanted to spend the least money, as the smallest money as possible. So for about maybe $500-$600, I already had my truck. So $600, I was able to buy a generator. It was only a 1,000-watt generator, vacuum cleaner, a pressure washer, and my water tank. And I got all that for a little under, well, maybe $600 or something like that, because I also had to get the hoses and stuff like that. And that's all mine. All I cared about is that the water was gonna come out that pressure washer, and that the vacuum cleaner was gonna turn on. That's all I cared about. And I wasn't thinking about no buffing. I wasn't thinking about no paint correction. I wasn't thinking about none of that. All I wanted to do was clean these vehicles and make some money. That's all I wanted. So, like I said, I got that started, and once I got once I got all the equipment, I started calling. I started texting my clients, and when I would cut someone's yard, I would tell them, "Look, I'll be doing cars now. So, is that something that you'll be interested in?" And they'll be like, "Oh yeah." I was washing cars here and there, and sometimes things will slow up. You'll have a week where you'll have a week where everything is going good, and then you'll have a week when you don't have anything. And I remember one year I went through a drought. And the grass, it didn't rain in Mississippi for like, man, I want to say almost like 45 days, and all the grass and everything started to dry up. So I wasn't able, I had clients calling me. Was like, hey, you don't have to come this week. The grass didn't grow. Didn't get no drink. Okay. And the grass didn't grow, so, I was losing money on the lawn care side, so I was like, man, I got to do something. So I did a $20 special. But, I ain't got time to explain that to everybody. And you got people on the outside looking in. They're like, man, why is he washing cars for $20? Well, I'm looking at it this way. I'm advertising. I'm being seen. So when people drive up, yeah, I'm washing this client's car that I do their yard, every other week or every week. I'm doing that. I'm doing them for $20. But you know what? Guess what? They're going to give me a tip anyway. And so I'm out there washing cars, and people are driving by. So when the people are driving by, I give them the regular price, $35, $40 maintenance wash. I give them the regular price. So, it worked. I'm passing out cards, but people don't understand that. Some people don't understand that business is more than buying and selling stuff for a profit. It's more than that. Business is customer service, customer relations, advertising, marketing. Y'all know the usual. Business is bigger than just buying something and selling it for a profit. So, when you see someone out there doing their thing, from the lowest to the highest, you can't compare yourself to them. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know why they're doing what they're doing. And, people get out there, they run their mouth, they say hurtful things, and it'll discourage that person. So, don't compare yourself to anybody. You do your own thing. Don't compare yourself to anybody because, like I said, you don't know what that person went through or is going through at that moment. If somebody's out there washing car for $15, $20, they probably just need the money real bad. Because I'm going to tell you, slow dough or no dough, no. Some dough is better than no dough or slow dough. So, I still messed that up. But y'all know what I mean. Some money is better than no money. Slow dough is better than no dough. Eating crystals. It said Rambo attack. Man, Crystals ain't gonna send me no sponsor money. I ain't that big yet. Man, yeah, hope. Yep, I'll get there. It's just a matter of time. Hey, you guys check out that video that G Works dropped the other day. I mean yesterday. Was that yesterday or the day before yesterday? I've been working real hard. I've been tired lately, man. I don't remember what got my days mixed up, but G Works did me up a website. Still working on it. I got to get with him on a few things. But yeah, he did me up a website, guys. And it looks pretty official, man. Y'all go to G-Works page and check that out. Uh-oh. Man, I think somebody stole some of my fries, man, because that fry box was empty. Almost empty. I think Ashton got me for my fries. Think he did. That's my. I know he did. It wouldn't be Ashton. What's going on, Amico? Dan, you have to ask G-Works that. I'll be right back. But what's going on with everybody? Everybody staying busy? I seen them hustler mowers. I've never tested one. Only mowers I've ever tested out are X Marks and Skags. And push more craftsman. I don't think I've ever been on. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever been on any other type of mower. Okay, I see G Works. You going to work today, don't you? Or you back from work? Yeah. I drive by banks all the time and see you leave at 4:30 a.m. Okay. Amico, you gonna want to get something. You gonna want to get with some chemical or something that you can spray on those vehicles and then just spray them off. You want to get on the vehicle and be in and out. That's when your chemicals and your equipment and your stuff gonna come to play, man. Ladders and all type of stuff. When it comes to 18 wheelers. I've never washed an 18 wheeler before, but I've polished the tanks, like the tanks and the wheels and all the aluminum on those 18 wheelers. I've done that, but as far as washing them, but I've seen people wash them, and when it comes to that type of stuff, man, it's all about the chemicals because those trucks have a lot of soot on it, and it's hard to come off with just regular soap bar. It ain't gonna come off with car wash soap. I see you, G Works.
You want some more wine? You want some more wine?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be.
People's Choice Mobile. I see you, People's Choice Mobile Detail. What's going on? No, don't leave that money on the table, man. Um, I mean, even if you fail at it, man, you still got to try. It's if you fail at it, I mean, you never really. I never really look at stuff as failures. It's just learning experiences. I mean, if you don't do good at it and they let you go with somebody else, you learn something from it for the next time. But man, you got the internet at your disposal, man. Hop on the internet, look up stuff, try to see if you can find some videos, see what these people are using. Because actually, I just got off the phone talking to somebody about that. You got to have that chemical, you got to have the equipment. You want something that's going to be able to shoot, it's going to shoot all the way to the top of that truck so you don't have to get up there. You don't have to get up there as much. And if you do have to get up there, at least you'll have a chemical. Appreciate it. At least you'll have a chemical.
That's not big enough for mama just broke up.
Okay. You at least have a chemical that dissolve that dirt so you won't be up there doing a lot of scrubbing. Right. You can. But what I understand, I don't know the name of the chemical, but they have chemical that you can just spray on. I guess use a foam can or something, put it on, and just spray it off, and it comes right off. I see you, Majestic Auto Spa. We'll hit up top for sure. I'm pretty sure it's a way around it without staining the tanks. Yeah. Yeah, stick with it. Takes off the roll film. Man, you know it's good, man. I see you, Patrick.
I got that juice. You like it.
I'm pretty sure it is. But they got some stuff up. They got some stuff that you can spray on there. You can just spray it right off, man. Cause that dirt, that roll film, man. It's. I mean, you'll be scrubbing forever. Or try to get it off with just regular soap and water. Okay. Yeah, I used the acid. I used it yesterday. I used it on my group wash. I did not scrub a single tire or rim or nothing.
Computer.
Yeah, take that with you. Exactly. What's going on, Nelson? Jesus, I see you. Yes. If you don't get the mulching kit, at least just get the mulching plate. You can mulch just as good with just the mulching plate. All the mulching plate is that little plate that goes over the chute that blocks the grass from shooting out. Either way, you got to use the brush on the beds. Yeah. Actually, my video that I'm trying to upload is about fear. It's about fears. But for some reason, man, one of my files is corrupted. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to start over. But yeah, you got to face your fears, man. You can't be. Actually, fear actually makes me go harder, man. And I'm not afraid of I'm not afraid of work, or I'm not afraid of doing something I've never done before. I'm just afraid of really being broke. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of being broke. I'm afraid of being a failure. I just don't want to be a nobody. I want to be, that dude that's sitting at home, yelling at his wife because he can't pay the bills. Putting my name on the orange juice. Living with my mom or some crap like that. That's what I'm scared of. You guys know I spent some time in the military. Spent some time in law enforcement. Hey, Mickey, you close this door. Yeah, I've spent time, fears of using acid. But I spent, it's not really fear. It wasn't a fear of using acid. It was just more of, I didn't want to damage the rim. And I just wasn't comfortable with using it. But once I seen, so many people use it, I was like, man, I need to go ahead and get it done. But like I said, I don't want to be that guy that is just a total failure, a total nobody, no money, can't pay bills. My fear is my house being in foreclosure. That's my fear. My fear is getting a car repossessed, not able to provide for my family. So I don't want that to happen. So that fear motivates me. And, over a period of time, that fear eventually turned into confidence. Because I stuck through a struggle. Yeah, I saw that logo that you sent, 1804, but I couldn't open it. I meant to text you that I couldn't open it. I couldn't even view it. I don't know if you probably using an iPhone or something like that, but I couldn't view it. But anyway, but yeah, like I was saying, those are things that I'm afraid of, and that's why I go so hard. That's why I was doing those $20 car washes and doing whatever I had to do to make it. Okay, I see you, Patrick. Yeah, I know now. I sprayed them things on everything, man, on the tires, rims, and I was just like, wow, why wasn't I using this before? I was going, Man, I didn't bend over or nothing. I didn't have to squat down and scrub nothing. I see you, J Jack. Exactly. I see you, Danny Guzman. Yeah, see that'll actually make you that's real fear. Like to me, you know, I mean I've been in some crazy situations in my the careers, you know, my earlier careers and some crazy stuff and I might have got startled, might have got nervous, but just fear, like I never experienced it until I stepped out on my own and started my own business. And you know, you being the man of your household, you know, even if your wife is working, it don't matter. Everybody looking at you. If something goes wrong, if something doesn't get paid, if something happens, everybody's looking at the man. You know, but nobody cares if if that woman is working. So that's my fear, and that's why I go so hard. That's why I go so hard. So I don't wanna I don't wanna I just don't wanna be a failure. That's it, man. So you know, like I was saying earlier, man, you see that guy out there doing that. You see that guy out there doing that. You know, doing a full detail for $60 on a Suburban, and you and you're looking at him like, man, why is he charging so cheap? Why is he charging so cheap? And then you're talking and you're talking, and then you're talking all this stuff, but usually the people that are talking are the people that's not doing anything. Because the people that's out there working and the people that's out there getting it, they wouldn't even notice that you're doing something for so cheap because they out there working. And that's one thing I've noticed, you know. I mean, if you got time to sit there and talk about people and worry about what the next person doing, and compare yourself and all this type of stuff, man, like you already lost. So it's, you know, but that is my biggest fear, man. You know, because easily, you know, if I go to a yard, if I go to a lawn or go, you know, or go to a client's house and this is something that I can't handle, I can simply tell them I can't handle it and just walk away. So I'm not, stuff like that don't scare me. But not able to pay a bill, that light bill come around and you ain't got the money, you know, that bothers me. So I'm not gonna let that happen. If I gotta go and cut somebody off for $20 and I'm finna go do it, I'm just gonna have to work twice as hard. But luckily, I don't have to work for that cheap anymore. You know, I built myself up to where, you know, I've raised my prices and I'm going to raise my prices for the new year. I've raised my prices twice this year. I'm gonna raise them again. You know, I go up $5, $10, you know, something like that. Okay, I see you, 1804. Appreciate you. Okay. See, I learned something new. I see you, people's choice. Yeah, I hear you, Danny. I hear you, man. But that's, you know, you still. See, the thing is that you got I remember we talked about this last time. If you want to leave your job, you gotta work. You got to work towards leaving your job. Like, you know, me personally, I wouldn't jump out there and just leave. I wouldn't jump out there and just quit myself. But I will take the necessary steps to leave, and that's just really pretty much just planning. Start paying down debt. All the debts that you can pay off, go ahead and pay them off. Go ahead and pay them off one by one. Start with the smallest one. Pay it off. Then take that money along with the other money you were spending and pay the other debt off. And just keep paying your debt down. At the same time, save. And then when you got enough saved up, I say save up at least a year's salary. It may take you a few years to do it, but hey, you do that, then it's time to, but at the same time, you got to be building your business too. You got to be building your business and saving your money at the same time, and then you can make that transition, But it can be done because people are doing it every day. Yeah. I got 10 years. I got vested, but yeah, it's not gonna take care of me when I get old. It's not enough because it's only 10 years. It's not gonna take care of me, but when I get old, so actually, you vested. I think you vested in 4 years at state of Mississippi with PERS. I think it's 4 years. I know it's less than 10 years. Not actually, can't remember exactly. Yeah. Well, Danny, you gotta do something about it, man. That's all I can tell you. I'm not gonna give you all the advice in the world, but you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready to make a move. So just remember these words. Just start paying down debt now. You know, start paying down debt. start start your business. Go ahead and start your business, and if you're not, I think you said you was part time. So if you're part time, just go ahead and just keep doing your business part time and be saving that money and paying debt down. Or you can use the money from your business to pay your debt. All the debt that you can pay off that's under 10 grand, 5 grand or whatever. Start paying on it, doubling up on it and get it off. That way, then save up at least, I say people say 6 months salary. I say a year. Save up a year's salary. And I know it's easier said than done, but that's probably the best way I think to do it. I see you, Malik. Exactly. Yep. I see you showing up. And that's why I was so hesitant on using the acid, you know. But I got tired of bending over and scrubbing rims and washing rims, especially like this past Thursday I did 7 cars. No, I did 10 cars this past Thursday. And man, it took a load off me not having to bend over, scrub rims. So it was man, I just loved it. If I could spray it on, I'll spray it on the whole car if I could. I can sort of tell if they polished aluminum, but sometimes they look like polished aluminum and they're not. They're not. So, but another thing is that I like to wet the rim down first, you know, soak it down, and then, you know, I don't, you know, I mix it like 10-1. You know, I mix it, you know, I heavily dilute it, and if I have to spray it, you know, a few more times, I'll just do that. But I'd rather do that than have to buy a rim. I see 1804. Nah, I don't charge sales tax. Uh, yeah, you raised prices to $20 at one time. What are you talking about? Per visit or monthly? Raising it by 20 per visit or monthly? Okay, I see you. I see you, Ace. You know, I was just basically talking about competition. Not so much as competition. Not so much as competition as far as business wise. I'm talking about like comparing yourself to other people and being in competition with other people. And you know, just basically saying that you should be in competition with yourself. You should want to be better today than you were yesterday. And you know, I do this by, you know, I always go back and look at my numbers for last year, stuff like that. You know, like I go back and look like what was I doing around this time in December last year, and I go in my paperwork and I go look, and I'll see, wow, I'm doing a whole lot better. Or just like my attitude, the way I do things, certain flaws that I have. Like, do I still have those flaws, or have I gotten better at certain things I wasn't good at? I compare myself to myself, but it's a lot of people, a lot of guys that they compare themselves to other people. That's what makes them, you know, that's what feeds their ego. So they go around looking for flaws in other people or comparing themselves to other people. And sometimes, not necessarily just saying that when they compare themselves to other people that they're at the top. Sometimes people compare themselves to other people and they feel bad about it because they feel like the person they compare themselves to is on a higher status. But it's unfair. Uh, it's unfair to do that because you don't know what that person has gone through, and you don't know that you may not know that person's background. You don't know why they are where they are. You know, you can have a guy that's a millionaire, but you don't know this guy's story. You don't know how he made that money. So to me, I think it's just safer if you just compare yourself to yourself, and that's basically what my title was about. Then I went into just fear. You know, I think you heard about the fear. I'm just, you know, about you know, you guys know I was in law enforcement. I was in the military. Been in a lot of stressful situations, but I don't remember a time where I was just, you know, that I was afraid or in fear. But when I stepped out on my own and started my own business, that's when I was afraid because it wasn't like when I was working at a job or when I was in the military when you know you was going to get a check every 2 weeks and you knew how much that check was going to be. I mean, you kind of knew, you even know what time it was going to hit your bank account. And you know, so you knew what bills you had, you knew all that, but like now, you don't know how much you're going to make. You don't know how much you're going to make. You know, it may rain for a week straight. You don't know what's gonna happen. So it's like that it's like you don't have that safety net. You don't have that security, and that's where the fear comes in. Cause it's like I don't wanna. It's kind of like I'm afraid that, man, how I'm gonna pay my mortgage. How am I, if I go in business for myself and things don't go good, like how I'm gonna pay my car note. I got people depending on me, and then you got family members that you don't want to let down. You don't want to be a failure. So I was just saying that is my biggest fear. So I don't remember, other than when I was a child, when I was scared of the damn boogeyman. But other than that, there's not a lot of things that made me afraid. But that's the only thing. Like when you have a family, when you have children, and they think that you're Superman, they think that, you know, I mean, I'll be talking to Ashton, and Ashton be like, "Why don't you just go get this?" And I'll be like, I can't afford that. And then he'd be like, "Yes, you can, Dad. You make all the money." I'll be looking at him like he just don't understand. But that's how your kids look at you. So I'd rather them look at me like that than to look at me as a failure. And that's pretty much what I was talking about, Ace. I use it with my business name, Malik. I use my Square card reader with my business name. Why you can't compete with that? You can compete with that. I mean, have you tried? Have you tried competing with that? Or are you doing yours currently, Danny? Man, some polished aluminum look like chrome, Patrick. Some polished aluminum look just like chrome rims. Just like I said, sometimes it throws me off sometimes. But polished aluminum looks like chrome, damn near. Oh yeah, yep. G-Work said it. It looks like chrome, man. No, actually, group washes are not my bread and butter. Lawn care is really my bread and butter. Group washes is just more consistent. They get the bills paid. They're consistent. Just think about it. I mean, somebody may call me for a detail, for standard or full, detail. I probably get maybe four or five of those a month. But those group washes, I may do. I do them every 2 weeks, and I might get some days I might get 10, I might get 15, and that's every time I go. And I got multiple group washes. I got one company that has 3 branches, and I do all 3 branches. And then I have other group washes for other companies. So it's not really like my bread and butter. Like I make a killing off of it. I do okay, but trust me, it's enough to pay my bills. Like it's consistent. It's just like my lawn care. It's like just like I go to people's yards every 7 days, every 10 days, every 14 days. That's how the group wash is. Yes. Yes, you dilute that acid. I dilute it, man. Yep. Then 10 to 1, I was using mine 10 to 1 yesterday, and it was knocking it right off, man. I mean, even the inside of the rim. What's going on, South Houston? I mean, Southeast Houston Dispatch. Okay, I see you. What's going on, New Beginnings? I use Movie Maker, uh, Movie Maker with by Microsoft. Frank Evans, what's going on? Okay, you went to Disney? Oh, that's cool, man. I know y'all had a blast. Spent a lot of money. I know I did. I'm still recuperating from that. Nah, I've never heard of nanoskin. What's that? I see you, Danny. You just gotta start, you know, keep doing something. Let that fear motivate you. You know, looking around, see what bill you can pay off. You know, if you got a $500 credit card bill that's just been lingering, you've been paying $20, $30 on it a month, go ahead and pay that off. You know, income tax is coming up. When income tax coming up, you got certain things, go ahead and just pay it off. Put a big payment on something. Start getting those payments down. Start something. You know, you can start the business. Start getting more clients. Start working on getting clients. Put money away. You know, you can start one thing at a time, or you can start different things simultaneously, as long as you can handle it. Right. You got to start somewhere because if you sit there worrying about being afraid, worrying about being afraid, nothing's gonna happen, man. Years will just keep going by, man. Time go by just like this, man. Sometimes, man, I'll lay in the bed, I'll pick up, right. I'll pick up my phone. I start watching YouTube. I start watching some DJ Vlad. I start watching some hood stories and stuff like that, documentaries, gangster stuff, man. And next thing I know, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. And when I lay down, it was 10. Boy, when you procrastinating, wasting time will go by fast, man. Well, one of my goals has been accomplished thanks to G-Works. I just give a shout out to G-Works, man. He built me a website, and it looks real good. And I just got to get with him. Sorry I couldn't get with you the day that you called me, man. But I got to get with you, man, and give you those prices, man. But and then the day after, man, I passed out, man. Gee, I was tired, man. I did them cars. I was exhausted. But definitely get with you, man. I'm gonna try to catch you on your day off, man, so we can actually sit down and just talk everything out, and I can tell you what I want and see what you do up for me, man. But that was one of my goals, was the website. Another thing is my enclosed trailer. I want to get the enclosed trailer, and I should be able to get it at the top of the year, maybe February, March. Exactly. I see you, Southeast. Exactly. So, Danny, just start getting you some short-term goals, man. Like I said, start somewhere. Like I got a video that I did last year when I just said, just start. People, how to do this, how to do that. Like, start somewhere, start something. Because once you start one thing, it's easier to start another, complete it, start another, complete it, start another. It's so it gets easy. Then that fear will eventually turn into confidence, because now you've been through the struggle. You've been through the struggle and you made it out of it, and it makes you stronger, and you won't be afraid anymore. So I'm gonna tell you, man, because I was really, like I said, I was afraid of not being able to pay bills. But after a while, every month that went by, I was paying bills, paying bills, paying bills, paying bills. I was still paying bills. I never missed anything. I still got everything I got when I was actually working a 9 to 5. I still got my house, still got my vehicles, still got my little toys and stuff like that. I didn't have to sell anything, and I just kept going. And now I'm not afraid now. It's like I as long as I'm confident and I do what I know I can do, I'm confident that I won't have to face that fear of not able to pay something. So I'm not gonna let that happen. So Danny, man, just push forward, man. Just start something. Start something, man. I'm pretty sure everybody's getting an income tax, getting something. May not be a whole lot, but you're getting some money. And shoot, put it towards something that's gonna invest it, or put it towards something that's gonna bring you more money. Stop buying all the Jordans and all the toys and all the cars and stuff you don't need. Use it towards something that's gonna help you. That's gonna help you. That's gonna help you in the future. Yeah, you can do that, but when you use that 401k to cash to pay all your bills, you will need to turn back around and put money back into something similar, like an IRA or something like that. Because I remember Eric Jones talking about something like that. Eric Jones, I think he did that. He mentioned something like that. Either he stopped paying into his 401k, and used it to pay bills, and then came back and started putting back in his 401k, or he used the money out of his 401k to pay bills. It was something like that. But I mean, yeah, I mean that's a good idea. But the thing is that you got to put that money back. You got to find a way to put that money back. Oh yeah, you get taxed on it. You definitely gonna get taxed on it, but if you can wipe out all your bills, I mean, if you got enough in there to wipe off all your bills and start over from scratch, and you ain't got no bills, you can save that money back up just like that. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get taxed, but it ain't nothing unbearable. I mean, they actually take the money out, like they tax you twice. They tax you when you make the withdrawal, and then they tax you again at the end of the year. But I mean, it's not that bad. Yeah, I have one with Fidelity. I have one with Fidelity, and I also trade stocks and stuff like that through Fidelity as well. I have an IRA, and I just started playing around with different types of stocks and stuff like that. Doing my research on it, and spending a couple of hundred here and there, and seeing what my money will turn into. But the biggest thing I want to do is I want to buy some properties that I can rent out. I want some investment properties. I need something that I can get. I need somebody paying me. I need somebody making payments to me for a change. That's what I want. Rent out a house with $1,000 rent, getting $1,000 a month. Let that house buy another. Let that house buy another. Before you know it, you at $4,000, $5,000 a month. Right. That's dope, Capital. Shit, that's what I want to do, man. I want to rent out houses and do it that way because you know I'll be 40 next year, and I just don't see myself at 50 plus, you know, in 50s and 60s having to, actually, I don't want to be at that stage and I'm not able to start winding down. I see people retiring in their 70s and stuff like that because, the money is not enough for them to retire at the time, so they try to build up some more, some more money so when they retire they can live off that. But I said in the next 10 years I should be ready to start winding down. I'm not saying, I'm pretty sure I'll still be in shape because I see a lot of men around here in their 50s and they still kicking and getting around like they're in their 20s. I'm pretty sure I might be the same way, but I don't want to be at that age and I have to work. That's the thing. And 50 is not really old. I'm more like 60. Like, I don't want to be 60 and I have to wash cars and I have to cut yards. And that's not a good look. Now, if I'm still able to do it, then I'll do it. Yeah, Danny, what he's talking about is when you pull out your 401k early, you'll get taxed. You'll get taxed when you pull the money out, and then when you file your taxes, you'll get taxed again. That's what he's talking about the taxes. You will get taxed when you pull that money out. An IRA, anything like that, you'll get taxed because they look at it as income. Oh, excuse me. What's going on, KG Clipper? I see you. I'm not sure if you can borrow against your 401k. I'm not sure about that. Yeah. Well, if you just be patient, man, you wouldn't have to do all that. Just if you be patient and just work on one thing at a time. You don't have to go that drastic. Like I said, you can just you can just start with one bill at a time, one debt at a time. Just start paying it off. Danny, are you currently in business now? Are you currently doing it? Are you doing it part time? Okay. So what you can do is you can use your part time business money and start paying your bills. Start paying down your bills, doubling up. And you have your regular customers. Yeah. So you use that money and start paying down, or you can just use all that money and save it all. You got a job, you got a 9 to 5 that I assume is taking care of your living expenses and everything, and your bills that you have, and then you just you can start that way. You just got to come up with a plan, something that'll work. Because I don't know your financial situation, so you have to just come up with a plan and find something that's gonna work and stick to it, and not and be disciplined and stick to it. But you don't have to do something as drastic as take out. I didn't think when you said that I didn't think about the penalties, but I've done it before in the past, and I was taxed, but it wasn't that bad though. It didn't kill me, but yeah, you will be taxed twice, and that's a fact. All right, G Works. Okay. Damn. Yeah. Is that a question for me? Yeah, I think I'm not Eastern. What's the other one? So I'm an hour behind New York. So what's that, Central? I'm a yeah, Central. I'm an hour behind New York. So right now it's 9:46 where I'm at. Yeah. You're in New Jersey, you're an hour ahead. Man, I had a lot of fun when I was in Jersey, man. It's an expensive state, but man, it was so much to do, man. I was all up and down the turnpike. I would go to Philly every now and again. Shoot up to I would shoot up to New York here and there, man. I had a lot of fun, man. Shoot, this was from like '04, 2004 to 2006. It's be different times. But I'm out and working before 9 a.m. every day, at least. Some days I get a late start because I might have things going on. I might have to run a few errands and or just whatever. And but I like to start at 7. I like to be on my first yard, first lawn at 7. What's going on, Andrew Parent? I see you. Yeah, I see a lot of new names too. I never had anyone to complain. I've never had no one to complain. Yeah, shit, how much I spend? Man, right under $200. Right under $200 because I got 7 shirts made to work in. Those 5 for me, 2 for Ashton. And my jacket, I forget how much my jacket was, but I got a jacket and 2 hoodies made, and that was like right at $90. But I already had the jacket, and I bought the. I already had the jacket. I already had the shirts. It'd have probably been more if I'd have bought it from them. Well, it'd probably been the same price because even if you bring your own stuff in, it's like $3 cheaper. They still hit you in the head. But I got 2 hoodies on the way. Actually, I was supposed to pick them up today, but I forgot to go. But I got 2 hoodies just something to see how they look. I got one for Ashton, and I got one for me. Oh, you never saw my jacket? It's in there somewhere. I'll grab it. Hey, check out. Why would that offend me? That wouldn't offend me, Capital Preservations. But I'll check out your channel. I'll show you guys my jacket. Ugh. Here's the jacket. See if y'all can see that. All right, this is the front of it. Let me zip it up. I think they charge like 15 per shirt. That's if you buy the shirt or whatever. And I think if you bring your own stuff in, where I was at, it was like $13. But find a local place in your area. That's to me that is the best because I don't like to go online and get T-shirts and stuff made. It's better to go to a local owned shop near you. Some of them are a bit pricey, man, but it's worth it, man. It's worth it. But I'm just still playing around with stuff. I'm gonna buy more. I'm gonna buy some more jackets. But this is right here in the left chest is my logo with the number. Then I just got my logos on the sleeves. On both sleeves. Hey, it's not all fancy. It's something light, man. And then on the back, the national slogan for, mobile car washes and detailers, we come to you. I got that idea from Sporty's. Actually, the whole jacket, this whole thing I got that from Sporty's, man. Like, if I would, to be honest, if I would have got a jacket, I would have just had my logo right here and something on the back. But when I was watching, one of the Sporty's videos, and I saw that him and his employees had they had their logos and I was like, wow, why not think of that? So I stole that from them. But that's the thing about networking. That's the thing about all of us getting together is that we can get ideas, and at the end of the day, no idea is original. Somebody's thought of it somewhere. You might think you've been the first one to come up with something, and somebody has already done it years ago. Sometimes I sit down and I say, I'll come up with something. Like I used to come up with like ideas that I want to invent. And I'll go Google it and somebody already got the same idea. And I'll be like, I've never seen it. I've never seen it. Just because you've never seen it, they never seen it. Just because you've never seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. But I got that idea from Sporty, man. I was like, and I would have put a little more. I would have put more on this jacket, but this material right here, you can't put nothing on this part of the jacket. It's kind of like a wool material, and then everything else is it's kind of like that rain jacket type material. If y'all know what I mean, but I picked this jacket up. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but it wasn't that much. I picked it up from Walmart, and like anytime I'm in Walmart and Target and I see something like this, it's good stuff to work in. It's not expensive. It's still decent quality, and so I just copped it. But man, I wish I should have picked up my hoodies today. I would have showed that to you guys, but we still got some more cold days to come, so. I see you, Capital Preservation. No, it ain't wrong. It ain't wrong, man. I see you, Dan. Yeah, but I got a lot of compliments on that jacket when I was out working. No, you good. It's cover season. I see you. What inspires me to go live? Nothing. Not really much. It's just when I think about something to talk about, or if I'm going through something, and I have a certain topic, I'll just share that, and then I'll just, let people. I guess, well, actually, I guess inspires me is like just the networking and the everybody coming together to one place, communicating and just sharing ideas. Because I mean, I learn something on here every time I get on here, whether it's something somebody said, or if it's rather you with the big words, or if it's somebody dropping some type of chemical to use or how to do something. I learn something new every day. Like, man, I never, trust me, man. I grew up right here in Mississippi, you know, by way of, Nigeria. You know, at the end of the day, I'm African, but at heart, I'm a country boy. So I'd have never thought about no dang website, man. All I want to do is just cut these yards, wash these cars, do my thing, and go home, get my money, and go home. I'd have never thought about a website, but I get on here, start talking to people like Sporties, G-Works, all these different people on here, Randy, Tollies, all these people on here. Then they got websites, and so now I want a website. It's just things it's certain things that I'd have never done. I'd have never bought a steamer. I'd have probably never bought a drill brush. I probably never bought the air compressor. Never had a tornado. Never used acid. So I mean, I just like the networking and just learning new things. That's what inspires me. And also I get a YouTube check for it too. I get a couple of pennies every time I make a video. That inspires me too, Ace. I see you, big dog. No, send me the link again, Andrew Parent. Send me the link to that cord reel. No, I never got one. Yeah, it's better. I like it better than the one because it's you can use one hand. It's not as heavy as the long one. But sometimes it just depends on how I'm feeling. Uh, but now I notice I have to kind of squat down to get the tires sometimes. Uh, but if but I'm pretty sure if I had a stronger pressure wash, I wouldn't have to do that. It'd be enough pressure to stand up while doing it. But I actually like that short gun better. I like that one better. Okay, capital preservations. Okay, Dan Dans, I see you. No, it don't produce more power. It's just a shorter gun. Like, it's good when you hook up your foam cannon to it. Uh, you hook up your foam cannon to it because if you notice, if you use the foam cannon on the long one, it's heavier and it's hard to maneuver. Like when you spraying door jams, that short one is so much better for me when I'm spraying door jams. So uh, when I saw other people using it, just like I said, I never would have bought the short one either if I didn't see it on YouTube. So I mean, I like the interaction, man. I love it. I'm hungry again. And Will Wells. Okay. I'll check you out, Dan Dans. Yeah, I was eating Crystals, Capital Preservation. Crystals. It's kind of like I don't know if they have Crystals in Jersey. I don't even know if they have White Castle. But if you ever heard of White Castle, it's like White Castle. I don't remember. You know what? I don't remember seeing Crystals in New Jersey or White Castle. No, I've never heard of a weeping gun. See, that's what I love to see. That's the thing, man. We all get over here, we get to talking, and we get to sharing what we use and talking to each other. I love it, man. It ain't nothing like it because I said on a video a while ago about like you watch these big guys and like Auto Geek and not Auto Geek, is it Auto Geek or Chemical Guys and stuff like that. Like, man, those guys are out of here. You can learn a lot from them channels, and I know a lot of us have learned a lot from people like the Jumpman and stuff like that, man. But when people start getting, you know, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of subscribers, man, they don't have time to answer every single question, even in the comment section, because it can get overwhelming. But like right now, we're on this. Everybody here is under 10,000 subscribers or under 5,000 subscribers, and we can all get on here and converse with each other. Some people can just tune in and just watch and learn. They don't have to say anything. They can tune in, watch, and learn. I mean, you can learn stuff from each other's videos. I mean, you can watch somebody do something and you can be like, wow, why didn't I think of that? Something real simple. That's what I like about it. Okay. You mean White Castle or Crystals? White Castle, okay. Okay, it's called a weeping. Say that again. A weeping one, Dan Dance. I'm gonna have to look into that because I. Okay, Danny. I don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand what you're asking. Okay, where can you buy it? Weeping gun. Where can you buy it, Dan Dan? Okay, Northern Tools. We got Northern Tools down here. I'm gonna go check it out. It's called a weeping gun. Okay. You ever heard of that, Sporties? A weeping gun? Okay. Capital capital preservations. When you're connecting the water hose to the pressure washer, make sure the water is running. Make sure the water is running when you connect it to your pressure washer. That's probably your problem there. Turn on your tanks, let the water flow through the hose while the water is flowing. Connect it to the pressure washer, and you should get more pressure. Right. Exactly. Like Sporty says, Capital. Make sure you got a short hose. If you got a long water hose, that'll probably be your problem. Make sure you had a short hose. Kind of have your water tank higher. Have your water tank higher than your pressure washer, and turn that water on. Go ahead, and while that water is flowing, you don't need a water pump. When that water is flowing, connect it to your pressure washer, and it should come out just fine. That may be your other problem. Your hose is too long. Could be one problem. I see you. What's up? What's going on? Clean right, cut right. I see you. Yeah, I don't know what could be causing that, Danny. Right, like mine's. I have my tank on the truck, Capital. I have my tank on my truck, and my pressure washer sits on the ground. So, yeah, if you have a long hose, that'll kind of that'll slow the pressure that's coming out because you don't have that much pressure coming out the coming out the tank, But like when it's already elevated, and if you get the short hose, that pressure be higher at the end of a shorter hose. So, but I've noticed that if you don't, I always used to have the problem when I would connect mine, then turn the water on, and then sometimes the pressure come out. I mean, sometimes water come out, the pressure washer, sometimes it won't. So, but I know every time I leave that water running as I'm screwing it into the pump of the pressure washer, I get instant water every time. Yeah, it'll still work if it's level. It'll still work when it's level, but it'll work even better when you got it a little higher than your pressure washer. I've done it both ways. Still works. But all right, guys, man, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta get up in the morning. I got a bush. I gotta do a bush trim and a pine straw at the same location, and then I have a leaf cleanup. Yeah, I'm always tired, man. I'm always tired. I'm always working. Uh, I stay up late. I should be in the bed by now. I should have been in bed by 9 o'clock, but I be going to bed. Anywhere from 10 to 12 p.m. I mean 12 midnight, and then I get up. I get up at 6. Sometimes 5. Between the hours of 5 and 6, I get up, and then I start my day, and I do that every day. So, yeah, but I'm gonna holler at you guys later. Yeah, bills don't sleep, but we got to. We got to sleep because if we don't get no sleep, we won't be able to pay bill. I'm definitely gonna probably grab me one of those. I can grab that for my group wash. Ain't no problem, Dan Dans. I see you, big dog. But I'm gonna get. I seen your name. I seen your channel before, cause that name sounds so familiar. But I've seen it before, man. But you know, man, I be on my own. I be on my own. I be in my own little world sometimes, in my own little bubble. Um, I don't watch. I don't watch people like I should. But I've been watching more and more people videos now since I've been going live because it's kind of like I know you guys and I see your name on the screen all the time. So I'll go and find y'all and subscribe, and I start watching and stuff. But I remember seeing that name before. But let me get out of here, man. I'm ready to go to bed. I catch you guys in the future. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell. It'll let you know when I drop new videos. And also hit the like button, share. Y'all know the drill. Check me out on my other platforms, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. My Snapchat is AA Professional. It's just one word, AA Professional. My Instagram is AA Professional Services, one word. And my Facebook is A and A. A, the and symbol, A Professional Services. Facebook. Peace.